Hey guys, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Coaching with Connie. I'm Connie Fuchsa, and I am super excited to talk to you guys today about an issue that I talk with my coaching clients all the time about, because this is at the heart of exactly why you need to get your information out there. I talk about this all the time, and people comment about the fact that I do live video and that I like to share information. And why do I do it? And people say, I couldn't do that, what you do. But here's what I want to share with you is you have to understand exactly what your customers' pain points are and how you're going to explain to them how you're going to help those pain points. So when I work with coaching clients, one of the first exercises that we do is to sit and talk about who their customer is, who the person they want to reach out to. Maybe you're not in a business, maybe it's a personal relationship, and maybe I want you to sit down and think about who are those people that you want to be interacting with and why do you want to interact with them, and then to determine what their pains are so you know how you're going to be able to fix them. So when I talk with coaching clients, or when I talk with people on the street, or when I'm working with helping people, one of the things that I talk about, people comment to me all the time about, you're so inspirational, you give such good information, you're trying to help people, I admire you, which always catches me off guard, because truthfully, guys, what I'm doing is trying to share information with you that I found helpful in my life. So, that I've read about, or information that I feel like is really good to share. Because what do? We share things with people that we think are valuable, whether it's a new cleaning product, or whether it's a wax you're going to use on your car, or if it is a new website or a new app. We share things with people because we found value in it, and so we want to share that information. So that's what I try to do with you guys a couple times a week, is share valuable information so that I can, give back, pass on the things that I find that are helpful. So today I wanted to talk about those pain points that the people in your life have and how you solve those. So, when I talk about working with coaching clients, one of the things that I do is, as I said, is we sit down at the beginning and we determine who are the people that you want to interact with, who are the people that you want to bring in, who are those people that you want to pull in, you want them to see that what you have to share, that you have something to help them with, and what are their nuances. First of all, you have to understand the people that you're working with, and then figuring out what their pain points are. And when I say a pain point, here's an example I want to give you that one of my coaching clients shared with me. This particular person was in a health and wellness program, or helping people with a health and wellness program. It was an exercising system and, a different lifestyle of eating. And one of the things she shared with me is one of the people that she was talking to talked about her weight. And when you talk about weight, you can talk about everything under the sun. But here's the thing, in that particular scenario, it's talking about how that person feels. Something that was life-changing that said, oh my gosh, I need to make a difference. So in this particular instance, this person was on one of those all-inclusive getaways, and had went to one of the attractions at the getaway and was told that she was too heavy to do the activity. In front of all of those people, in front of all of her friends and family, and the person that was the person that checks to see if you're too tall, if you weigh too much, if you're too skinny, whatever that is. But she was told that she was too heavy, and she had been waiting in line, and she had to get out of line, and she couldn't do the activity. Now, I pause for a second, because how incredibly painful is that, right? So in that particular case, this is clearly that person's pain point. You don't ever want to experience that again in your life. So we're going to help you make sure that that never happens to you again. Let's, think about, maybe you sell insurance. And if you sell insurance, you have to understand that the people that you're working with, everybody needs insurance, right? And everybody knows they need it. And nobody wants to understand it. But here's the thing. You have to sit and listen to the people that you're working with, and then you have to hone in on what their pain point is. What is it that they don't understand? What is it that they need help with? Everybody wants to save money. Nobody wants to spend, top dollar for insurance, but everybody wants the best coverage. So what do you do differently than someone else? Because there's a million insurance agents, right? And so how do you handle people differently than anyone else? Maybe you have great customer service. That's great. That is definitely a word that, is a buzzword that everybody says. But how do you show it? What is that piece? How can you help that person with the thing that they need? So when I start working with people, I do exactly that. We're going to write a list of the people you want to work with, and then exactly what their pain point is. It's not about what you can do for them. It's about what they're having trouble with that you can fix. That's where you need to get to. And so when I talk to people about that kind of thing, maybe you do construction. Maybe the thing that matters to me is I can't relocate while you work on my house, and I want to be able to live in my house. So not only do you do an amazing job and you have great referrals, but you keep my house spotless at night when you leave so I can still live in it. That's huge to me because I'm in a situation when I can't move out. Or maybe you do vehicle repairs. So I'm actually having this experience right now because I'm having to get some repairs done to my vehicle. Some kind of expensive repairs because my vehicle has been around for a while and she's taken really good care of me with 160,000 miles, but I have to do some big repairs. It was a little bit of a hit to say, oh my gosh. But it wasn't just about the money, because what I did is when I talked to the adjuster, he was explaining something to me. For example, totally random, but here's how this all started with my car is I was going up a hill and all of a sudden it wouldn't accelerate. I'm pushing down the gas and the RPMs aren't going up, nothing's happening. And thank God I was close to home, but it was a little bit fearful. And you know how he explains it to me, and he wasn't trying to sell me, although that's partly his job because he's a service adjuster, but what he said to me is, yeah, it's not something that's going to stop you in your tracks right now, and it's not catastrophic. Your car's not going to break down, but what's going to happen is what happens if you go to get into heavy traffic, like on the Beltway, and you go to accelerate, and all of a sudden you have no acceleration, and then you're in a potentially very dangerous situation because you have people going 70 and 80 miles an hour, and you can't accelerate to even get out of their way. So he hit my pain point, right? Obviously, that made a lot of sense to me. So that's what I'm going to talk about to you guys just for a second more, is when you're thinking about, and let's not just talk about work, let's talk about friendships, relationships. What are the things that bother someone else that you don't even know is going on? And those people are so very important to you, but you're not sure what you can do to mend or repair some type of a relationship that you have going on. What's their pain point? What's happening? Maybe you want to get close to someone else. Maybe in your business world you are do some networking and you want to get close to someone else in that networking group. What is a problem that they're having that you have an answer to? Maybe not through your business. Maybe just personally you understand, just like me trying to share information with you. What is something that you can help someone else with that maybe is someone that you want to get to know? So it's not just necessarily about business. We're talking about the personal side of the world as well, because these same actions work both in the business side and in the personal side. So what I challenge you to is, if you want to share something that you know you do, you need to be able to pinpoint what is difficult for someone else. So first you have to be a really good listener. You hear this all the time, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, but it's hard to do when you have something you really want to share and you're really excited about. But before you can share that, you have to understand what the pain point is of that person. So I want you to know that going into 2020, we're already a couple weeks in, we've talked about goals, we talked about making them into little bite-sized pieces. But what we haven't talked about is how to actually execute on those. And this is one of those goals, to be able to, everybody wants more customers. Everybody wants more friendships, better friendships, stronger relationships. And the only way to do that is to figure out how you can help someone else. and you have to listen to them and then decide how you can fix that pain point. You know, I was talking to someone else who is another client of mine who happens to be a realtor, and we were talking about things that she could talk about at an open house. And one of the things we were talking about is not the open house and the beautifulness of the house, but in this particular case, it was all about the location. So then we weren't even talking about the location. We were talking about things that might be interesting that living in this location you could do, because maybe somebody lived in the country and they were, you know, downsizing, and moving this location was great because you could quickly get to entertainment. You could walk to restaurants on the water, things like that, and you had no maintenance. So that's what I want to share with you, is figure out what your customer's pain point is, and not, you know, this big overreaching generalization that hits everyone. Go bit by bit at the people that you know you want to attract and figure out what needs to work for them, and then share it. Because you can do anything you want to do, but you have to understand that those people that you want to attract need to know what you can do for them. And so you have to be really laser focused, really tune in on what that is that's important that they need to see from you. So hopefully that helped you a little bit. I'm always here, personal message me, to talk things through a little bit more in depth. And hey, of course, I would always love to work with you. So if you really want to get some super success on a 5-week plan, you know, we have some of those scheduling right now, and we only have a few spots left. So definitely would love to work with you individually. But even better than that, if you want to get a little bit better at honing in on those pain points, reach out to me. Let's talk about it for a minute, because I would love to help you think through some of those pieces. Get some stuff out of your head that's in there that you can share, because you have it in you. We just have to get it out and formulate it in a way that you can process and share it. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I so appreciate you tuning in all the time that you do. And if there's something you want to talk about, please let me know. I love sharing information that I come across, but I even more appreciate sharing things that you guys have questions about. So I love being able to help you do that. Thank you so much for tuning in to Coaching with Connie. I'm Connie Fuchs. I'll talk to you again real soon. Have a fantastic day, guys. Bye-bye.